we as people don't understand the secret behind success because we don't understand it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, man. Listen. What I came to learn is that success really only has one meaning. A lot of times we as people don't understand the secret behind success because we don't understand it. What is the secret behind success? I've learned so much along my journey is that success doesn't come easy. When you put the time, the dedication, the drive, the passion, the understanding to figure out what you're trying to do and actually pursue it each and every day, here's what happened. I started to understand a little bit more about why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Success doesn't come easy. Nothing comes easy, but the more work you put in behind the journey, the more success you will accomplish. Here's the thing. The secret to success is that you have to be focused on your path. You have to be focused on yourself. You have to be focused on growing. And you have to be focused, you have to be focused on solving problems as well. If I'm telling you, it took me time to learn that. What made me learn it, what made me figure it out is being around people that want success for themselves. Watching people, studying success, studying people that has the success that I want to achieve. We can't do nothing if we haven't been exposed to it. Meaning, if we do want to do something, we want to go somewhere, we can't go nowhere and experience it because we ain't never saw it. We don't know what's out there. That is okay. When you start to follow people that's successful, your mind starts to change. Meaning, how can I get to their level and accumulate the success that they accumulated for themselves? At least that's what I'm thinking. That's what I be thinking. I've learned that in order to figure this out, I have to put myself out there. When I put myself out there, things happen. By things happening, I'm talking about I'm able to meet new people. When I'm able to meet new people, I'm able to figure out what they did in order to get to the life that they created for themselves. It sounds simple. But the key to success is that you have to be disciplined within yourself every single day. It's hard. It is hard. Do not misconstrue it and think that it's easy because it's hard. I've learned when I want to do something, I have to figure out how to do it. I have to get educated how to do it. Prime example, making video, making content. I have to learn the mechanisms behind this in order to be proficient in it. If I don't put the time in to perfect my craft or to perfect anything that I'm working towards, nothing will happen. Nothing will come from it. We have to understand as a society that it doesn't come easy. We have to understand as people, as individuals, that we can be successful, we can have this thought, but how do we achieve it? How do we work towards it? How do we create it? It gets created once we understand what we're pursuing. It's hard. It's hard. In order to figure out what you're pursuing, you need to start working on yourself. I'm happy that I went through what I went through, the hard time, the hardships, my divorce. I'm happy I went through that because I understand more now. I understand that when there's pain, there's some type of good on the outside of it. There's some type of keynote keynote lesson that get taken away from this situation. Right? So now I'm more cognitive of when bad things happen, good things will follow. When good things happen, bad things will follow. It's just it's just how I was able to learn how to control how I respond to it. You have more control than you think. But here's the thing. There's no control if you don't figure out who you are. I'm telling you, life happens. Life happens to everybody. But everybody respond in a different way. Everybody respond either in a positive way or a negative way. You either respond in two different ways, positive or negative. What's the outlook of this? What happened? What caused this? Right? We understand life, we can't predict what life will bring to us. See, that's the thing about success. You have to be disciplined enough to say, this happened today. It was a bad day, but how can I fix it tomorrow? How can I work on it tomorrow? That's what it takes. Having the will to keep pushing forward when things are not going your way. Having the will to push forward as you're struggling. having the will to push forward as you're trying to figure it out. Growth comes from patience, and patience comes from determination. I'm telling you, it takes time. It takes time. But are you willing to put the time in to create a life that you desire? That's the question at hand. That's the question on hand, because we need to ask ourselves this each and every day. Why? Because if we can't answer that simple question, we will never create the life that we desire. If we can't answer that simple question, we will never know what we're working towards. For instance, prime example, I know what I'm working towards now because I understand who I am. What am I working towards? I'm working towards abundance life. I want to help as many people as possible. But in order for me to help as many people as possible, I have to make money. I have to make money because the money follows success. Success means that I'm able to help more people. I can't help nobody with no money. You feel me? A lot of people be like, money not everything. I mean, I understand. I get your point of view. But you got to have money to survive, okay? Stop saying that you don't need money in order to be successful, because you need it. Now, the way you function around it determines who you are as a person. Now, when you get the money, when you accumulate the funds, now you as a person going to be shown. Either with or without the money, just get enhances. How y'all doing? See, the thing about that, then the understanding is that it's achievable, but there's a level of understanding that we have to walk into in order to say we can do this as well. We can accumulate the wealth as well. My goal as well is to create a different outlook of life and to give people a different perspective and say you can do this as well. How do you do something if you ain't never been exposed to it? Again, back to the question. I want to expose people to the success that you can create for yourself as well. But do you have the will? Do you have the determination? Do you have the discipline? Do you have the drive? That's all that it comes down to. Are you willing to wait for the success that you can create? If the answer is yes, it doesn't matter how long it will take, because it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. But what are you doing along the process to accumulate the wealth that you want, right? What I'm doing, prime example, let's go back to me. What I'm doing is that I get up every day, make content. Discipline. With real estate, I'm learning. I'm about to start cold calling. I'm about to create a system for myself. Well, I already got a system, but I'm just keeping track with the data. That's okay. I need to do this in order to figure out what I need to do, what I don't need to do. But if I didn't put the time in and the effort into study and to master and to understand it, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing it. Speaking, right? My speaking engagements, they haven't came yet, but they coming down the line. However, I work on my craft every day. I work on my speaking, my pronunciation every day. Now, don't get me wrong, I got some grammatical errors sometimes, but if you don't work on your craft, how are you supposed to get better? If you don't work on your discrepancies, how are you supposed to figure things out? That's the thing. That's what life is all about. That's what success is all about. You have to figure out things in order to keep growing. Because if we get stagnant, we'll get complacent. Once we get complacent, we stop working towards what we really want, what the end goal is. Once we figure out the level of success we want to achieve, how can we get this? That's the next question. How can we get that level of success that we're reaching? What do you need to do? You need to focus on the end goal while you're being present today. It's hard. But your why has to be more defined. Your reasoning has to be there so you can keep pushing. Because it's easy to quit. It's easy not to do things when you know you need to do it. I'm telling you, it's the most easiest thing to do. To say, I don't feel like doing it. I'm not going to do it. So why should I do it? That's where discipline comes into play. By it being easy, discipline is going to force you to do something that's hard. By it being hard, now you start to grow. When you start to grow, now you start to figure things out. How you doing? When you figure things out, now you're able to achieve the success you desire. To recap, success is something that everyone can achieve. Everyone can achieve. But it takes belief within yourself. It takes the will to keep going. And it takes discipline to figure out things when they get hard. If you got value from this video and want to watch the next video, click this video right here.